Hey guys, it's Corrie here today with a new scrapbook process video for you for HipKit. It's Sketch Friday, so I'm using this great sketch as my starting off point, and you guys can go ahead and go get that off of the HipKit member forum. And if you choose to play along with us, which would be totally awesome if you did that, you can win a $10 gift card to the shop. So worth playing along if you're interested in that. Plus, it's always a great way to start a page, especially if you're kind of struggling or you just need a fresh idea. It's a great starting point. So I'm going to go ahead and scrapbook this picture of my daughter with her paddleboard at the beach. I'm using the April kits for this, and I'm just going to go through all the pattern papers, and I'm just trying to pull out ones that have colors from the photo. So anything that's blue, pink, kind of that a yellow. I know the sand's not really yellow, but close enough. Plus, I've been seeing lots of people use this great script paper on the member forum, and it just, every time I saw it, it looked so cool. So I was like, you know what, I'm definitely going to use this on my page. So I'm going to use that just as the back, and then I'm going to go ahead and get some other papers and just use those for some different colored layers. One of the great things about this photo, or why I like it so much, is because this child of mine, when she was a baby, the first time we put her on sand, she was barefoot, of course, because when you're on sand, aren't you usually barefoot? Well, anyhow, we put her down and she stood there and screamed bloody murder. She hated the feeling of sand on her feet more than anything in the entire world. She just stood there and screamed and screamed and screamed. As soon as we picked her up, she was totally fine, but screaming, seriously, until then. So she was like that dorky kid on the beach that was wearing those ugly little water shoes thing, because it was the only way we could get her to walk in the sand. And now, of course, she has this like paddleboard and she's out there for hours. I can't get her back in. So I just love how kids like that will change. That actually ends up being my journaling about this whole page, is just how much she's changed from when she was little. So now I've got some different colors on here. I'm really trying to bring out some colors in the photo. I'm using this great Project Life card. I find that those are great to use just for little pops here and there of color. Plus they've also got some cool little phrases and things like that on them, and graphics. And then this is from one of the pattern papers, and I'm just cutting out the different little phrases that are on this one little section of the paper. I really like it. It's not that they necessarily 100% go, but they've got cool phrases, and I think that it works pretty well for just kind of a happy page. I am using this other glue. I do use some hot glue, but I'm finding that, like, although I don't know what the deal is, but I'm finding that sometimes the hot glue just doesn't stick. It's usually with plastic type of pieces, and so I'm sure it would have been fine here, but I am just using my regular glue for right now. So I'm trying to get all of this kind of laid out, and I decided to use some of the mist out of the color kit for just a few little speckles here and there. And it dried really quickly on the script paper, but it did take a little bit longer on the white cardstock, probably because it just pulled up more and it didn't spread out as much. So I am trying to be a little bit careful, although it did dry on that pattern paper super duper fast. So I'm just looking for a few little embellishments here and there. I'm going to use this little scalloped edge piece, the blue scalloped edge piece of these chipboard stickers. I'm going to use it just as like a little piece of an embellishment. So you're not actually going to see the words, but that's okay. And then I'm layering these little phrases right down the side of my photo. And I was thinking at first that I was going to put in some stickers and stuff like that underneath it, but it ended up just covering up too much. You'll see that in a second. So in the sketch, it looked like there was a little doily on the side of the photo, and there's no doilies in this kit, but there are these great gold circular stickers, so I am going to use that in lieu of the doily. If you don't tack it down too hard while you're trying to figure it out, it was pretty easy to pull back up and move just slightly so that it showed just a little bit better off the side of my photo. And then I'm going to go ahead and start really getting these things adhered down so that I can get this page finished. I did take a long time with this page. It took me almost a full hour to get this page together, which is definitely long for me, but I honestly, I think I had more fun sorting through the supplies, which is a bunch of the film that I actually cut out of this video. I had a great time sorting through the supplies because everything is so cute, and I had a hard time choosing what I wanted to use. So I am going to try and use this butterfly. I was thinking that I would be able to layer some of these little phrases right over it, but they ended up just being a little bit too thick, and I didn't want all of the butterfly covered up, so I am just going to not use that sticker. I find it interesting to watch these videos back on how much time it does take me to actually decide what to use and where to use it. So this page, like I said, took almost an hour, and I've sped it up 4 times the regular, and it still seems very slow to me. I guess I just didn't really realize how much time I took pondering. I'm going to use these smaller butterfly stickers, just kind of going up the page, kind of like they're flying up the page. And see how that scalloped edge is going to go right underneath the layers of paper. And then I also found this other little card with the little hearts on the top, so I'm using that as well. Just stapled it on, and hopefully my cardstock is going to be dry, and I'll be able to use that here very soon. Puffy stickers are great for layering as well. You wouldn't think so necessarily, but they actually work out great. And if you're trying to figure out how to put something on, I really would recommend just cutting the plastic, and then you can move it around without adhering it down, and you don't wreck it if you don't end up liking where you put it. I really love these gold word stickers that came with the kits. I just love the font and how they're in cursive and all the letters connect, and I don't know, they're just so super cute. So I love having that on there. And then this little die cut BU, which serves as my title, which is just perfect too. So I'm just gonna keep getting everything put together while the background dries, and now that that's finished, I can go ahead and finish this up, getting it all adhered onto the background, nice and secure, and then putting on the last few little finishing touches of my page. So once that's all down, I'm going to put this little scallop piece underneath the pink layer, just for a little bit of blue right there, tying it out underneath the title. And I did try to use this little moth, but it just didn't work anywhere. So we'll just keep looking for little bits and pieces, because I like to try and the embellishments are so much fun, so I'm just trying to get as many of this on there as I can. Sometimes I have trouble knowing when to stop. Once I have all the stickers on place, I do go back and make sure I get it dated, and I did date it for the date of the photo, and then I'm adding just a little bit of journaling about how she used to be at the beach, or the first time she was at the beach versus today. And once I have all of that on there, that's it, guys. That's really it. So that's my page. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please leave them for me in the comment section. I'll be happy to get back with you. Otherwise, thanks so much for stopping by. Thanks for watching. And you can always find more of my creative projects on Instagram at Corrie J Creative. Thanks. Bye.